Hey everyone, welcome back to B3 News, a weekly recap of what's going on in the world of hard rock and heavy metal. In this episode, we've got System of a Down, GWAR, Insane Clown Posse, and you, the humble concert goer who just can't seem to keep it in your pants. Word on the street is that I'm doing the riff of the week this week, so look out for that in a day or two. John Schnepp, get well soon, and let's get started. Once again, to start things off, let's look at this week's music releases, courtesy of Loudwire. The band you heard in that last segment, Engage the Threat, is playing with us, Bloodbath & Beyond, this Saturday, July 21st at Rain Dogs in Jacksonville, 5 points. And anyone who comes to the show and mentions Bloodbath & Beyond at the door gets their choice of a free sticker or a button. More info about that show is down in the video description. With System of a Down guitarist Darren Malakian releasing a new Scars on Broadway album this week, there have been rumblings recently about new System of a Down music, or specifically, why there isn't any, with Darren recently putting most of the blame on vocalist Serj Tankian for holding up the process. Well, Serj has fired back. In a lengthy Facebook post that he calls a confession, Serj has given his reasons for not working on a new System of a Down album, mainly centered on money and creative input. He wants more of both. It seems that Darren was making most of the songwriting decisions for System and as a result was making most of the money. Serj wants everyone in the band to be paid equally and to also have equal songwriting responsibilities. Ultimately, they could all learn a valuable lesson that money isn't everything, and in fact, it just tears people apart. You know what? They could check out some music by this band from back in the day. But this band, it was their whole message, like just money and greed. What was that band called? Oh yeah, System of a Down. If you're the type of person who feels like it's the fans that get f***ed at big festivals, well apparently you're right. And a pharmacy called The Medicine Man is doing something about it. Reacting to consumer research and demand, the Medicine Man Pharmacy will be setting up tents at 3 major festivals in the UK this summer, with education materials as well as emergency contraception pills. The research they used stated that 1 in 6 young people in the UK have had a one-night stand at a festival, and that over a third of them had kissed someone in a festival field, presumably while a festival was taking place. I don't think they were just randomly hanging out in a field, but anyway. The study also showed that people who attended Festival had sex with an average of 2 people during the festival weekend. Look, I know how averages work. If the average is 2 and I'm getting 0, then somebody's fucking 4 people at a festival. Welcome to Rockville. Welcome to Cockville. Austin Titty Limits. Once again, a quick shout out to this video sponsor, bandshirtsusa.com. Help support your favorite local musicians by buying a shirt with free shipping, and if you're in a band, Bandshirts USA is an easy way to sell your merch online without having to buy any stock up front. For more info, go to bandshirtsusa.com. And now back to the show. Last week I talked about bands with complementary names and how they should start playing shows together. Well, The Early November has announced that they're going on tour with The Dangerous Summer. So it's a good start. But let's keep it going. I want to see August Burns Red and Texas in July jump on this tour too. I'd recommend Darkest Winter, but there's only one guy in it. Didn't really want to do a full story on this, but I will mention that Under Oath is going on tour this fall with Dance Gavin Dance, Crown the Empire, and The Plottin' You. They're doing one date in Florida, which is probably required, seeing as Under Oath is from Tampa, and the show is in Tampa. Speaking of concert tours, GWAR and Hatebreed have announced that they will be touring together this fall, in what is being dubbed the GWAR, Core, Metal, and More Tour. I'm glad I have a teleprompter. The shows will feature support from Miss May I, among others, on various parts of the tour. The co-headlining tour runs from October 7th to the 28th, with GWAR playing several dates on their own before and after, with the Jacksonville show taking place on... Just kidding, they're not coming to Jacksonville. They're not even coming to Florida. And who can blame them with those giant costumes and the humidity, but they will be performing live at the Gathering of the Juggalos, which begins this week. In fact, it's already begun. The Gathering of the Juggalos is a 4-day festival in Thornville, Ohio that combines music, professional wrestling, and a ton of other stuff. But the main reason I'm bringing this up is that the FBI just declassified their 121-page assessment of ICP fans, known as Juggalos, as a, quote, violent street gang, and that ICP's music excites crowds with musical horror stories in which murder, rape, and suicide are recurrent themes. Look, I know there are a lot of very passionate opinions about ICP's music and their fans, but come on, a gang? If being rowdy and having questionable taste qualifies you to be a gang, then... And aside from that, do they even have gang signs? You're not on a real gang until you have an official gang sign. That's like the first requirement, aside from, you know, crime. But just like a gang, they do make a lot of money, and they do it with so many diverse projects. They're more financially responsible than the government of Detroit. That was Jay's joke. If you don't like it, go talk to him. But you know what? Given this new information, in the interest of accuracy and journalistic integrity, let me start this segment over with the corrected, FBI-approved info. The gang activity, known as Gathering of the Juggalos, is taking place this week, so if you don't want to get murdered by a gang, stay out of Ohio. But seriously, they book a lot of tribute bands at that thing, so next year, yeah? Get on it, chat. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. Please help to support this channel by liking and sharing the video. Subscribe for more content, and we'll be back next week with some more B3 News.